Is this okay? I think this would suffice. Can you hear me? If so, then let's start. Okay. I am turning 17 tomorrow, and here are the 16 life realizations I've learned throughout my 16th year of existence. Do take note that the first preceding realizations of this video are primarily focused on funny and entertaining ones. However, as we go along the video, the realizations get deeper and more serious. So, this video is intended to celebrate my 17th birthday because I really don't prefer celebrating my birthday for personal reasons and I just don't feel like it. Hindi ka naman nafe-feel na celebrate because I don't think wala naman dapat i-celebrate. Pero I made this video in order for me to have a remembrance, and since Sweet 17 is coming, I think this video is a great tribute para naman sa aking 16th year journey. Because I think life really begins at 17 because that is when the peak of maturity really grows. And I do believe na 17 talaga mararanasan mo na lahat ng mga bagay na hindi mo nararanasan nang ikaw ay 16 pababa. Dito talaga nagsistart yung mga first time. Yung literal na first time. Okay? So, without further ado, let's start the 16 realizations or 16 life realizations I've learned throughout my 16th year of existence. Number one, commuting is fun. Yes, I learned to commute when I was back, no, back when I was, no, back, back when I was? Back in 2023. Actually, that was the very first time I learned to commute sa mga malalayong lugar like Quiapo, Intramuros, Recto, and merong sense ng fulfillment and sense of joy kapag nakakapag-commute ka to those places. Because I feel like it's a milestone for me na nakakapunta ako independently sa mga lugar na gusto ko lang puntahan dati. And masasabi kong commuting is fun is because mura lang, it doesn't break the bank, it doesn't break the wallet, but still, natututo ka. Natututo ka maging street smart, natututo kang yung mga ruta, di ba? And natututo kang sumakay sa mga public transportation. Although sometimes it can be, it can be mainit, it can be siksikan. Pero yun yung fun dun eh. Yun yung fun part sa pagko-commute. Yung siksikan, yung makikipag, ah, yung makikipaglaban ka, makikipaggera ka, di ba? Lalo na sa LRT, yung kapag maraming tao yung papasok, tapos ang labas mo Monumento Station, tapos may ipit ka ng may ipit hanggang sa mapapasok ka sa pinaka-loob ng tren. Then you find yourself hard to escape. Then makikipag ano ka pa, alam mo yan, makikipagsiksikan ka pa para lang makalabas ka. That's the fun. Yun yung fun sa commuting. Yung challenge. Diba? Challenge is always fun. And that what makes commuting really spiced up. Diba? Minsan naman, although carpooling is a better option kasi mas convenient and mas accessible, pero it's mahal, di ba? If you know how to commute naman, then do so. Kasi it can really save you a lot of money. Yun nga lang mausukan ka and all that stuff. Pero sobrang saya mag-commute. And ngayon, I must say na I'm so confident when it comes to commuting kasi I can get to various places whenever I like. But I've never tried commuting like outside Metro Manila, like like ano yan? Pampanga, Zambales, Baguio, and such. Siguro mararanasan ko siya pag nag-college ako. Huwag lang maimpluwensyahan ng wrong circle of friends. Di ba? So yun, that's that. Commuting is fun. Up next, number 2. cheaper foods are, what's that? Sinulat ko kasi yung mga realizations ko para di ako ma-mental block. Number 2, cheaper foods are usually the best. Yes, I agree to that saying. The cheaper foods are really the best rather than expensive ones. Um, Siguro lumaki kasi akong mahilig talaga sa street food. Every time na lumalabas ako sa school, I always buy street foods, kwek-kwek, kikiam, fishball, and kung ano-ano pa nga. Kasi feeling ko kung ano yung mga marurumi. Hindi naman maruming pagkain. Like, kung ano yung mga nauusukan na pagkain, di ba? Yung mga prone sa street dust, yun yung masarap. At saka yung mga gamit ng mantika, yun yung nagpapasarap talaga sa street food. And growing up, I used to love street foods talaga. I think it became a symbolic representation of me na mahilig sa street foods. I love to try new street foods and yung mga street foods naman na yan nag-evolve over time. At saka dati, kung mura dati, ngayon mura pa rin naman pero yung iba naman kasi medyo nagmamahal na rin, di ba? Pero taste-wise, masarap talaga ang mas murang pagkain kaysa sa mas mga mamahalin or high-end. One best example of this is yung mga pizza. Magdadrop ako ng brand dito. Mas gusto ko yung mga Cyrus Pizza kaysa sa mga Pizza Hut, Greenwich, Shakey's, Angel's Pizza, Yellow Cab. Mas masarap yung mga yung mga pangkanto-kanto lang, yung mga nakikita mo sa kanto na pizza. Nandun yung sarap factor. Kaya nga I've realized na wala sa presyo yung sarap. 'Di ba? Nasa kinalakhan mo, tsaka nasa tunay na preference mo talaga. Kaya ako, prefer ko talaga yung mga street foods rather than yung mga expensive like fast foods and all that stuff. Kasi nga, nandun yung sarap eh. Nandun yung legit na, ay, babalikan ko tong food na to kasi ang sarap. Lalo na sa Quiapo, when I first had my Quiapo food trip, talagang na-overwhelm ako sa dami ng foods. Kabi-kabila like dragon fruit juice, neneng B, yung baga ng mama mo, and marami pang iba like magic water, palabok. Sobrang daming mga pagkain tapos ang mumura lang. 'Di ba? Like yung, let's say, budget mo doon, 500 pesos. Uuwi kang busog na busog. Promise. Tapos uuwi kang sulit na sulit yung bayad mo. Kasi mas nakakabusog pa mismo yung serving ng mga mumurahing pagkain kaysa sa fast food. 'Di ba? Kaya mas nakakaganang kumain sa mga mumurahing pagkain, pero kahit mura, nandun yung lasa. Nandun yung lasa ang paniguradong hahanap-hanapin mo. Kaya yun, masarap talaga yung mga street foods. Third realization is PM schedule is better than AM schedule. Yes, I think I'm a night boy. I'm a night owl. Kasi for the past 2 years, oh no, not 2 years, 1 year lang pala. 1 year, for the past year, PM sked ang aking klase. And my classes usually start at 12:30, no, 12 o'clock. Yeah, that at 12 o'clock. And now my classes start at 12:45 and it ends at 7:30. So, PM schedule talaga siya. And masarap sa feeling. Masarap pala sa feeling gumising ng late, ng 10 o'clock ng umaga. Tapos, papasok ka ng tanghali, tapos uuwi ka ng gabi. Like, minsan makakasabay mo yung mga working class na galing sa office. Parang feeling mo meron ding sense of pride kasi, wow, nagtatrabaho. Parang yung feeling mo nagtatrabaho ka kasi umuwi ka ng gabi. Kaya, mas prefer ko ang PM sked kaysa sa AM sked. Kung papipiliin man ako between PM and AM, I would definitely choose PM rather than AM. Kasi sa buong buhay ko, lagi akong AM sked. At saka kapag AM sked ka, maaga kang magigising. Wala kang choice kasi it's either malilate ka, di ba? Or malalang traffic yung aabutan mo sa labas. Kaya sobrang hectic talaga kapag AM sked ka kasi ako talaga hindi ako mahilig matulog ng maaga eh. Lagi ako natutulog ng mga 12, 1, gano'n. Hindi ako mahilig matulog ng mga 10, 11. Kaya sobrang kulang yung tulog ko kapag AM sked ako. Like 4 hours lang, gano'n. Unlike kapag PM naman, nasusulit ko siya into like siguro 10 hours. At least 9 hours ang tulog ko kapag panghapon ako. Sulit na sulit talaga kapag panghapon. Next realization is sleep is more precious than food. Ito na-realize ko lang to this year. Because mas importante sa akin na kumpleto yung tulog ko kaysa busog ako. Kasi pag kulang yung tulog ko, I can't focus. I can't capture my attention to anything. It's like my attention is divided and my attention has flown away to random things. And my attention has been diverted to other stuffs. And I can't seem to concentrate at one thing. I can't be like stationary, ganun. Kasi nga, kulang ako sa tulog. It's like my neurons in my brain are starting to act up crazy. Unlike naman kung gutom ako, hindi, okay lang eh. Kaya kong tiisin ng gutom. Kasi I can eat anytime. But I can't sleep anytime. You can't sleep at classes though. Yung mga taong matatapang lang naman gumagawa nun. Pero ako, I find it hard to sleep in class. Pero yung pagkain naman, lagi nga ako kumakain sa gitna ng klase. Siyempre, pa-discreet lang. Yung gumagano'n-ganon lang ako. Na konting discreet. Tsaka, pag kumakain naman ako, light lang ako kumain talaga. Hindi ako yung dati. Kasi dati, sobrang, like, mukbang eh. Mukbang kung mukbang. Kaya, taba ako dati. Pero ngayon, sobrang light ko na lang kumain. Like, pa-biscuit-biscuit lang, ganon. Konting kanin, konting ulam. And binabawi ko naman pag weekends kasi weekends are usually my cheat days. Kaya doon ako bumabawi. Kaya mas importante sa akin yung kumpleto yung tulog. Okay na sa akin gutom ako, okay lang yan na manginig ako sa gutom, okay lang yan. Pero basta kumpleto yung tulog ko, I think that's the best part. Next realization, walking is free therapy. Okay, I used to love walking, lalo na nung summer 2025, sobrang mahilig ako mag-walking. Like, every morning, I usually wake up, tapos nag-download ako ng Strava app. Nag-download ako ng Strava app to keep in track of my walking skills. No, not walking skills, like walking activities and my progress. Because plano ko din talaga mag-weight loss noon. Kaya nagwo-walk ako noon. Kasi sabi nila, di ba, walking is the best form and most affordable form of exercise. Kaya ginagawa ko siya dati nung summer. Tapos, sobrang ganda ng record ko sa Strava app. Di ba? Talaga nag-download pa ako noon before. Pero ngayon, nagkaroon na ng klase, hindi ko na siya masyado nagagawa. Pero, alam mo ba, walking is free therapy. Kasi it gives you so much joy. At saka kapag naglalakad ka, nawawala yung stress. Napansin ko lang ha, kapag naglalakad ka, nawawala yung bigat sa pakiramdam. Payo ko lang sa'yo, pag stress ka, maglakad-lakad ka lang. Maglakad ka sa ako nakatira ka sa Genti, maglakad-lakad ka sa C5, kasi malamig doon, mahangin, lalo na paghapon, or best talagang time of walking, umaga. Maganda mag-walking doon, mag-jogging, lalo na pag sa mga malls, di ba? Pag sa mga mall, minsan, dun maganda mag-walking kasi malamig, di ba? Malamig, tapos nakaka-burn din ng calories. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero nakaka-burn ng calories ang walking. Tapos pag nasa mall ka, syempre may window shopping ka rin. Kaya masarap talaga mag-walking kasi therapeutic and at the same time, healthy for the body. Di ba? By the way, kung mapapansin nyo, tinanggal ko yung parang cushion sa mic. Kasi kanina, nung sa first part ng video, medyo muffled yung boses ko. Ayan o, tinanggal ko siya. 'Di ba? So, it's just the mic itself. I think maganda naman na siguro yung audio quality. I think this would do the job. Number six, okay, the sixth realization is that saying no became easy for me. I think one of the signs of being a people pleaser is that learning to say no is hard. No, you always say yes at everything. You always say yes to anyone. Kapag niyaya ka ng kaibigan mo, you always say yes without saying no. Kahit na wala ka ng pera, kahit hindi ka pinayagan ng nanay mo, you always say yes. And I think that's one of the signs of being a people pleaser. And gladly, I overcame it this year na it's easy for me to say no. It's easy for me to decline things. It's easy for me to decline people. Because declining doesn't doesn't make you less of a person. Like may ano yun eh, may like meaning siya. Like kapag umayaw ka, hindi naman aayaw din sa iyo ang tao. Parang do you get my point? Like ano naman kung humindi ka, 'di ba? So what if you decline? Ia-unfriend ka ba nila? 'Di ba? Babackstabin ka ba nila if you decline? 'Di ba? For me, okay lang naman na sumama ka minsan, 'di ba? Sumama ka minsan sa mga gala. Kung aayain ka, kung may invitation, sumama ka. Pero if like lagi-lagi na, you always have to learn to say no. Kasi not all the time, you're free. Well, if you're that kind of person who's always free, then good for you. Pero ako, I have so many priorities to consider first. And kapag may mga nag-aaya ng gala, or like, o tara gala tayo after class, minsan, hindi ko talaga I usually decline. I always decline. Kasi unang-una, wala akong pera. Sobrang limited lang ng budget ko. Eh, ang budget ko lang naman, ginagastos ko sa mga pagkain. Huwag kayo maingay. Pero lagi kong ginagastos sa pagkain yung pera ko. Kaya hindi ako masyado nakakagala nowadays. Kasi yung pera ko, napupunta lang sa pagkain, hindi sa gala. Pero kapag may mga nag-aaya sa akin gumala, like araw-araw, nag-aaya gumala, I usually decline. And hindi naman ako like nakokonsensya. Ayun, that's the right term. Hindi ako nakokonsensya kapag nag-decline ako. Because may paninindigan ako eh. 'Di ba? I have my stance na hindi ako sasama. And pinanindigan ko 'yun na hindi talaga ako sasama. Kaya hindi ako nakokonsensya if I made them feel bad. I think I did the best, 'di ba? I did what's the best. Tama ba? Tama ba pinagsasabi ko? Ginawa ko kung ano yung tama na mag-decline. Kasi not all the time, you always say yes. No? Meron din mga times na, syempre, magsasabi ka rin ng no, you have to decline sometimes. Okay? Seventh realization. Money can buy you happiness. Now, this is a cliched statement because money can't buy happiness is the normal, di ba? Pero it has been inverted to money can buy happiness. And I totally agree with that. Money can really buy you happiness. Biruin mo naman, pera na yan eh. Diba? Pera na yan. Tapos hindi ka pa sasaya dyan. Like, yung pera na yan, mabibili niya yung mga favorite things mo, yung mga things na gusto mo, yung mga, yung mga pagkain, yung mga concert tickets, di ba? Tapos hindi ka pa sasaya sa pera. Like, money can really, indeed, definitely buy you happiness. Kasi money is a tool. Money is a power, di ba? It's a power that, wow, makasalita eh, no? Money is a tool you can buy to sustain your needs and to supply your demands. Di ba? And kapag may pera ka, malayo yung mararating mo eh. Lalo na if you love traveling, basta may pera ka, kahit saan lupalop ka pa ng mundo makakarating ka kasi may pera ka. And that in itself would give you happiness. that would give you definite amount of happiness. Kasi yung may pera ka. So, tigil-tigilan niyo ako sa mga money can't buy happiness. Money can buy happiness. Yeah. Okay, we're halfway through our video because this is the 8th realization. It's not about manifesting, it's about doing. Okay, let me upo maayos. Okay. Since medyo paseryoso na ng paseryoso ang ating topic, this is the 8th realization. It's not about manifesting, it's about doing. Okay. Mahilig ako, marami ako nakikita. No? Marami ako nakikitang mga posts sa FB about manifestations. Pero, kapag nandun na sa actual, like, ganun manifesting good grades. Pero kapag actual na, mababa. Why? Because they're not doing. They're just manifesting. Diba? They're just claiming the energy, pero they're not doing the energy na pinanifest nila. Diba? Here's the thing. Tayong mga Pinoy, okay, in general ha, mahilig tayong mag-claim ng mga energy, positive energy. Pero hindi naman natin ginagawa into action. Diba? Mahilig tayong mag-manifest about something positive, like, yayaman ako, aasenso ako. Pero in itself, in contrast, wala tayong ginagawa. Walang doing na nangyayari. So, ang ending, yung manifestation na yun, nasasaktan lang tayo. Kasi, in the first place, in hindsight, hindi naman tayo kumilos. Diba? There's no doing. To make this simple, kapag nag-manifest ka na gusto mong maka-perfect sa exam, you have to study. Hindi lang magmamanifest ka or everything. You have to do. You have to do things para makapasa ka, which is studying. And that's the biggest realization I've learned this year, na kapag nag-manifest ka, samahan mo ng determination and hard work. And kapag may determination and hard work, that's doing. That's not just manifesting, that's doing. Diba? Kaya, if you manifest something, make sure na you coupled it with doing. So that's my 8th realization. 9th realization. Music heals. Music can heal you, okay? Since music is a free therapy, music can heal you. Ako, these past few months, no, medyo medyo mababa ang aking mental health. Medyo hindi naman si suffer, parang medyo lang, medyo nahihirapan lang ang aking mental health because of the overloaded stress and everything. Pero I usually don't don't make sama with the stress. Kasi nakakapangit ang stress. And kapag stress ka, buong mukha yan, buong katawan, papangit. Kaya, ayoko pumangit. Kaya hindi ako nagpapastress. And ayoko din ng stress. Kasi, ayoko ma-stress. Diba? Pero, music heals in a way that it can reduce your stress. Diba? It can reduce the feeling, the bad feeling. It can reduce the guilt or the problems that you've encountering. Kasi pag nakinig ako ng music, once na nakinig ako ng music, parang pinapakalma niya ako. Lalo na yung mga kanta ni Juris. Ayan ang mga favorite songs ko ngayon. Juris, Nina, and Kyla. MYMP, freestyle, basta mga OPM, like yung mga bossa nova, like si City Navarro, ganun. Yun yung mga hilig kong pakinggan nowadays. Kasi, wala, ang comforting lang nila pakinggan. Tapos, pag pinakinggan ko sila, wala na, parang it just makes my day complete. And, talagang mapapasabi ka na, wow, music really healed me. Kasi ang ganda lang makinig ng music eh, tapos nakaka-relax lang, di ba? Kaya I can say na music really heals. Lalo na siguro kung may mga like mental um, problems ka, if meron ka mga mental dilemma, just listen to music and eventually it will heal you. No? Next, doing things by yourself is the best. Here's why. I always love to do things dati with group or with partner. Pero this year, things had changed. I love to do things on my own. And mas masaya kapag ginagawa mo yung mga bagay na gusto mo independently, na wala kang kasama. Because you have the full autonomy to control what you're doing. Diba? And kapag nagkamali ka, wala kang masisisi. Sarili mo lang. So, nasa sa'yo din yung cargo, diba? Kapag nagkamali ka. Wala ka rin sisisihin iba. So, wala rin magkakaroon ng problema. Wala rin stress. Kasi nga, sarili mo lang. You have the autonomy na ikaw lang yung gagawa ng such thing. Na kung ano man yung ginagawa mo. Ako, I love doing things alone. Studying, eating, traveling. Oh, kung maka-travel ka, alam mo, pumunta na ibang bansa. Like, going outside. I love going outside by myself. Dati, hindi ko gusto. Kasi feeling ko, what's the essence? Diba? What's the essence of me going outside by myself? Eh, diba? Going outside is supposed to be fun. Dahil meron kang mga kasama like family or friends. Pero ngayon, na-realize ko na, oh my gosh, mas masaya palang mag-go outside, mag-isa. Kasi, walang pumipigil sa'yo kung saan mo gusto pumunta. Like, walang mangkukulit sa'yo na, tara na, uwi na tayo, tara na, balik na tayo, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tara na, traffic na, rush hour na, uwi na tayo. Wala. Walang gaganon sa'yo kasi ikaw lang mag-isa mismo. Yung nasa labas, di ba? You have the full autonomy na nasa labas ka. So, you have the power kung saan mo gustong pumunta, mapupuntahan mo. And kapag studying naman, mas gusto kong nag-aaral uninterrupted. Ayoko yung may kasama. At saka kapag nag-aaral ako, gusto ko talaga may music. Yung mga tao talaga na nakilala ko, gusto nila pag nag-aaral sila tahimik lang. Pero ako gusto ko talaga maingay. Kaya kapag nag-aaral ako, gusto ko lagi may music. Di ba? At saka, masaya talaga pag ginagawa mo yung mga bagay na gusto mo independently na wala kang kasama. Though sometimes, meron talagang mga times na kailangan mo ng kasama, pero generally talaga, mas gusto ko talaga yung solo lang. Ako lang mag-isa. Because things are better when you're doing it by yourself. Okay, off to the 11th realization. Wow, nakaka-11 na pala tayo. Okay, confidence is built little by little. Now, I don't think confidence appears. It's built. No? Ako talaga, nung bata ako, yes, I'm really confident. Mahilig ako magsasali sa mga poetry. Mahilig ako magsasali sa mga declamation. Mahilig ako magsasali sa mga extracurricular activities. Pero lahat ng yun nawala nung pandemic. I became too shy nung pandemic. Kasi feeling ko, parang wala namang support. Walang support system. Kulang ng support system. At saka, hindi talaga ako confident that time. Kasi feeling ko dati, nai-insecure ako. Gusto yung taba ako, ganun. Mataba ako dati, promise. Mataba ako, kain ako ng kain. Mataba pa tong mukha ko dati. Hindi, dati ganun pa yan, no? Ganun pa yan dati. Mataba pa yan. Pero ngayon, buti nga pumayat na eh. Ngayon, simula na nag-face-to-face classes, that's when change began to be began to became sig- be, began to became significant. Tama ba? Tama ba yung grammar ko? Okay. Simula na nag-face-to-face, dun talaga nagsimula ang mabuild ulit yung confidence ko. Kasi, ako first time ko lang sasabihin to, I'm an introvert person outside. When I'm by myself, kapag ako lang mag-isa nasa labas, I'm introvert. I don't like socializing with others. I don't like socializing with other people because I think I consider myself as an introvert when I'm outside. Hindi ako like, ganyan, 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 sobrang siga ako, ganyan, ganyan. I'm just shy. Diba? I'm just, ano naman, loner lang. Hindi lang loner, parang, pero sige, loner. Loner ako pag nasa labas ako. Kasi hindi ako namamansin, hindi ako nakikipag-socialize. It's just me kapag nasa labas ako. Pero when I'm with my friends, I'm with my friends, dun talaga lumalabas yung juices. Diba? Yung pagiging confident juices ko, diba? Kasi, I think if you're surrounded with good people, and if you're surrounded with the best environment, I think dun talaga lumalabas yung confidence and talents mo. Kaya siguro na-build ko yung confidence unti-unti is because of the environment and because of the people whom I spent my life with. Di ba? Siyempre, iba rin yung support system ng mga taong nasa paligid mo. Nakaka-motivate yon to do better and to exert more power into what into kung ano yung sa ginagawa mo, kung ano yung ginagawa mo, mas ginaganahan ka pa. Kasi nag-root sa'yo yung mga tao, nag-cheer sa'yo yung mga tao to do better and to strive for more. Diba? Kaya confidence is built little by little. Next, the 12th one is self-love is the best love. Ayan. Okay, I actually love this part. I grew up as a hopeless romantic person. Even now, I am a hopeless romantic person. I have crushes, no? May mga crush ako na rejected, di ba? May mga crush ako na nire-reject ako, and that's okay. Crush lang naman eh, di ba? Although sometimes, may sakit factor, nandun yung like factor, pero in the end, it's you that matters most. Diba? It's thyself that matters most. Self-love is the best love, indeed. Because kung wala nang magmamahal sa'yo, sarili mo na lang yun nandito eh. Diba? Yourself is the best companion you can ever have. Kasi, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Sabi nga sa kanta ni Whitney Houston, di ba? And I totally agree with that. No? Kapag wala ka ng jowa, kapag nag-break kayo, mahalin mo yung sarili mo. Huwag kang magpaka-martyr. Huwag kang magpakabaliw sa jowa mo because love yourself first. Di ba? Kasi when you learn to love yourself, you start learning to love others. Mahalin mo yung sarili mo. Bilhan mo yung sarili mo ng mga magagandang damit. Spoil mo yung sarili mo sa mga mamahaling restaurant. Bilhan mo yung sarili mo ng mga iPhone. Kung mayaman ka, diba? Kung okay lang naman, diba? Treat mo yung sarili mo. Punta ka sa park mag-isa, nood ka ng sine mag-isa. Diba? Bili ka ng mga bagay na magpapasaya sa'yo. Gawin mo yung mga bagay na magpapasaya sa'yo. Because you deserve it. And self-love is really important. Kasi at the end of the day, self-love, yung uuwian mo. Di ba? Yeah. I love this part, no? Self-love is really the best love. Next. Be calm in terms of adversities. Oh, not in terms. In times of adversities. Yes, I am a calm person. I don't like being shouted. I don't like being yelled. I don't like being raised my voice. My voice. Voice din, no? May ED. I don't like people na tinataasan ako ng boses. And I don't do them. Wow, tama na nga English. Tama na English. Ayoko silang sinisigawan din. Yung mga bagay na ayaw kong ginagawa sa akin, ayoko rin ginagawa sa iba. Like, sinisigawan ako, ayoko rin sumigaw sa iba. Gusto ko calm lang. Ganito lang, ganitong boses lang. Di ba? Parang lang nagkikwento, malumanay, malambing. And that applies to this concept na be calm in terms of adversities. Don't panic. It's organic. Ha? Ano daw? Don't panic. Be calm. Kasi once we started panicking, lahat yan eh. Lahat yan magpapanik. It's like a domino effect na when one person panicked, everybody does. Kaya, be calm. Di ba? Just go with the flow. Let things flow naturally and smoothly. And, di ba? Be composed and maintain your composure at all times. Ganyan lang oh. Ganyan. Sit properly. Sit calmly. Speak calmly, di ba? Speak sweetly. Speak graciously. Gracefully yun. Gracefully pala. Gracefully. Kaya yun. Be calm. Maging kalmado ka lang. Huwag kang magpapanik. Like, don't act like, don't act na maguguho na ang mundo. Just be calm. Like, ganyan-ganyan lang. Di ba? Okay. Next. 14th one. Okay, last 3 na pala to. 14th one is, ano to? Having little to no friends is okay. Here's why. I grew up with lots of friends. Marami akong kaibigan throughout my lifetime. Marami akong circle of friends. Mga circle of friends na mga matatalino, mga circle of friends na competitive, mga circle of friends na kanto humor, aircon humor, di ba? Marami akong circle of friends. Hanggang ngayon, circle of friends ko pa rin sila. Pero for me, having little to no friends is okay. I've learned that nung grade 11 ako. Nung grade 11 ako, sobrang konti lang ng naging friends ko. Iba kasi yung friends sa best friend. Yung friend, makakonsider mo lang siyang friend if you're bonded with the same passion, interests, di ba? Kapag same kayo ng mga gusto, kinoconsider ko siya as friend. Lalo na kung nag-uusap kami, day by day. However, in a different case, makakonsider ko siyang best friend kapag nag-share na kami about different reflections about life, and makakonsider ko siyang best friend kapag loyal siya and hindi naninira ng tiwala. Because trust is very hard to earn. And ako talaga, ngayong taon talaga ha, ewan ko lang, ngayong taon, this year 2025, 2024 to 2025, hirap akong, or hindi naman hirap, ayaw ko lang, hindi ko prefer makipag-socialize sa iba. Like, hindi ako mahilig mag-create ng new friend. Kasi ang gusto ko lang, yung default friends ko, yun at yun pa rin. I don't like making new friends. And dun ko na-realize na, wow, sobrang konti lang ng mga kaibigan ko, lalo na sa school, pero they are the ones who stayed. They are the ones who stayed in times of adversities. Sila talaga yung mga totoo. Di ba? And dun mo marirealize na you're so precious kapag meron kang mga friends na you can count on. Di ba? Kasi bibihira lang ako makahanap ng friends na totoo. Kaya kapag nakahanap ako ng tunay na best friend, I always treasure them and keep them in my heart. Oh, wow, di ba? Kaya having little to no friends is okay. Okay lang yan kung konti, hindi naman paramihan yan. Patotohanan. Ano? Patunayan, di ba? Patotohanan yan ng friend. Kung sino yung pinakatotoong friend, kung sino yung pinaka-bestest of the best friend mo, yun ang nagmamatter. Okay? Next. Wow, last 2. It's okay to feel sad. The 15th realization is it's okay to feel sad. Ako talaga masayahin akong tao. I always portray myself as a happy person. Lagi akong lumalabas ng nakangiti. Lagi ako nakikipag-socialize ng nakangiti. I always go to school ng nakangiti. Full smile, di ba? Siyempre, dapat your eyes also smiles like that. Pero, okay lang pala na malungkot ka. Hindi lang puro saya. Okay lang na sometimes nakaka-feel ka ng downfall, ng sadness, ng melancholia. Wow, melancholia no? Kasi that sadness can teach you a lot of lessons. And that sadness can rise you again, can rise you to the occasion, and make you stronger and bound for greater. Kasi if you're just happy, I think you're not moving. Diba? When life hits you hard, you become sad. And when you become sad, that's where you reflect. And when you reflect, that's where you learn. And when you learn, that's where you impart knowledge. And when you impart knowledge, that's where wisdom begins. Kaya, it's okay to feel sad. Okay lang na malungkot ka. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Kaya always see na in every sad moments na nangyayari sa'yo, always remember na pagdadaanan mo rin yan. No? There's always a happy ending to a story. Kaya, okay lang na malungkot ka. It's okay to cry. It's okay to, okay lang na humagulgul ka. Because that's one way of releasing your stress and emotion. Kaysa naman yung sinusuppress mo siya, and one day na lang bigla ka na sasabog, mag-e-erupt kang ganun. Mas mahirap yung ganun. Kaya, okay lang na umiyak. Okay lang yan. Iiyak mo na yan. Diba? It's okay to feel sad. And the last reflection, the last realization throughout my 16th year of existence. Time is gold. Yes, time is gold. Here's my toxic trait. Ako ay isang tamad na tao. Sobrang tamad ko talaga. Tamad na tamad akong gumising ng maaga. Kanina nga, di ba sabi ko PM sked na ako. Pero still, tamad na tamad akong gumising ng alarm. Yung alarm ko, minsan, hindi pa ako gumigising sa time na yon. Minsan 30 minutes pa bago ako gumising. And hindi na, talagang sobra. Sobrang daming oras yung nasayang. Kasi nga, imbes na pumangon na ako, like, nagsiselfone pa ako. Sobrang tamad ko talaga. As in, tamad na tamad ako. Kaya, time is gold. That's what I realize. No? Hanggang ngayon naman, tamad pa rin ako. Unti-unti ko namang binabago yon. I don't uh, I don't limit myself to just one zone. Talagang nag-expand ako into more perspectives. Kaya, unti-unti kong ino-overcome yung pagiging tamad. And, yes, I do practice what I preach. Pero dati talaga, I don't practice what I preach. No? Para lang akong hypocrite or something. Because, kung ano yung sinasabi ko, or ina-advise ko, hindi ko naman ini-impart sa sarili ko. Kaya ang ending, nagmumukha lang akong tanga. Pero ngayon, na-realize ko na time is gold. Time is precious. Kasi, you cannot turn back time. Time moves forward only, not backward. You cannot make a trust of the time. Time just keeps going abante. Kaya, seize every moment. Diba? Seize the time. Live like tomorrow doesn't exist. Wow, Chandelier by Sia. Time is gold talaga. Kung meron kang mga bagay na gagawin mo ngayon, huwag mo nang ipagpabukas pa. Gawin mo na ngayon. Don't procrastinate. Because you never know what lies ahead tomorrow. Kasi, iba ang oras kapag nasayang, you cannot turn it back. Like, it's irrevocable and final. Kaya yun. One of the biggest realizations and one of the best realizations I've had in my life, in my life, in my 16th year of existence is time is gold. Kaya, unti-unti, little by little, in-overcome ko na yung pagiging tamad. Pero nandun pa rin talaga yung pagiging tamad factor. Okay lang yan, tao tayo, nagkakamali tayo. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I think 40 minutes itong video. Hindi ko pa siya na-edit. Ipopost ko to later on the day ng aking birthday, September 22. So, today is September... Oh, September 22 na pala. So, it's my birthday. And it's my 17th birthday, September 22, 2025. It's the day today. Kaya, popost ko na rin ito mamaya. Edit ko lang din and popost ko na. I hope you enjoy watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Kasi, sobrang biglaan ko lang din in-edit. Sobrang biglaan ko lang din inisip na gawin tong video na to. And syempre, as a tribute na rin sa aking 16-year-old self. So, ayun, wala naman akong birthday wish sa sarili ko. Siguro meron pala. Good health lang. Good health. Good health matters most. And sana magkaroon pa ako ng maraming pera. Kasi money can buy happiness. Diba? Money can buy you happiness. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. If you like this video, batiin nyo na lang ako ng happy birthday. Just salot lang. Sana na-enjoy nyo panoorin to. And I hope na makagawa pa ako ng marami pang videos. Hindi lang yung mga gantong klaseng setup. No? Mamaya mag-expand na ako into a more theme videos, di ba? Kaya just keep on watching. Malay mo mag-upload pa ako in the next one, di ba? Baka mamaya mag-podcast na talaga ako. Ano ba tawag dito? Like, vodcast ba to? Feeling ko vodcast tong ginagawa ko eh. Kaya yun. If you like this video, I hope you do. Kasi talagang natutuyo na yung lalamunan ko. Kasi kanina pa ako nagsasalita. And hindi talaga ako sanay na ganito ako katagal nagsasalita. And I really brought back my passion for vlogging. Kasi nag-vlog ako dati noong 2020. Pero nawala kasi nakikinig ako sa sarili ko. So ngayon binalik ko lang. And ngayon may mic na tayo. Diba? Bumili na ako ng mic. Tinanggal ko lang yung cushion niya kasi mukha siyang muffled. At saka feeling ko ang pangit ng audio quality nito. So, please bear with me na lang, no? So, yun lang, guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my 16 life realizations throughout my 16th year of existence. I'll see you next year.